All right, I'm here with the Flex Fight Series Bantamweight champion, the knockout artist, the submission specialist himself, Charlie, the Reaper, Cabrera. How we doing today, Charlie?
We're doing good. You're doing good. Just came out of work. Another day in the office.
So let's start off with that win on Saturday. So you're normally a bantamweight. This last fight was at lightweight. Tell me about the circumstances that went into that happening.
Like, I was supposed to fight this kid named Nazar Dimes or something like that. He was supposed to be like a 135, but he had like an injury supposedly in his rib. So that scratched out. And then I didn't have an opponent. I was in the cruise. Funny part, my training camp was all in the cruise. So I was like, damn, cutting weight in the cruise. Next thing you know, my coach said, oh, you don't got no opponent. And I'm like, but you got to maintain that weight. I'm like, what? After that, he's like, oh, your opponent is going to be your teammate. Because I had a teammate that was supposed to fight this opponent right here. That he had an injury supposedly. So I took his place. And then he said, it's 155. I said, say word. He said, yeah. So I started eating the whole cruise, day and night. And then in the afternoon.
Where were you training on the cruise?
Basically the gym. You know, every cruise has like a gym basically. So I just trained there like maybe in the mornings and then at the nights. And then I just did battle ropes, weights, a lot of weights. So I just did weights that whole training camp like by myself. And boom. Then I just fight this guy, the flex fight. And
when you found out you were getting a new opponent, you didn't hesitate at all. You immediately were ready to fight anybody.
If I'm training for a person, right, basically, like for a camp, if I had a camp like for this specific fight event, I'm not gonna like back out. Like I wanna like I already told people to buy the tickets in advance, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, my fight's canceled, and then everybody's gonna be like, can I get my money back? Can I get my money back? So I'm like, nah, I gotta fight no matter what.
So even under those circumstances, how did it feel to get an emphatic TKO like the one that you got?
It felt amazing, especially it was like 4 weight class higher than me. I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that. When I felt one of his punch, I was like, oh, nah, this is way different.
You felt the weight difference?
Yeah, the weight difference. I thought I had a broken nose. I was like, oh, nah, I got to put my hands up. The next you know, I clipped him. I was like, oh, that's my time. That's my time right there. Boom, 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 boom. And then I got the win.
So as you're landing the punishing blows, when you felt that pain earlier on, and you see the ref step in, what's going through your mind right away?
I saw that the ref was about to stop it, and everybody was like screaming, oh! And then I just saw his eyes just going back. I'm like, all right, this is my time. Just keep punching, punch, punch, punch until the ref stops it. Because he was not responding, so might as well take that advantage. You know?
How do you deal with the pressure of stepping into a cage in front of a big crowd like that that's all riled up and excited for your fight? How do you handle the nerves of a fight?
At first, like, my first fight, like, I get nervous and stuff, like, you know, the jitters until you actually punch someone and then, like, it gets normal to you. But this fight is like, I had no jitters. Like, I was, like, normal. Like, it's so crazy. I was just so calm and nothing just bothered me in this fight.
Do you think that had anything to do with the crazy circumstances going into it? Your training camp was on a cruise. It's up 4 weight classes. It was just so much that it kind of canceled out in a weird way. You were just ready for anything.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. So I already have, like, the talent. I just need to put the work in to get my cardio up. That's it, basically.
So this is kind of similar to what Michael Bisping was saying to Tom Aspinall a few weeks ago. The 2 weeks leading up to the fight don't necessarily matter. It's all the years that you've been putting into this sport. That's what matters.
Agree.
So I see you after the fight. You're dancing, you're singing, you're having a good time. After getting a crazy KO like that, doing something as intense as fighting, how do you maintain that positive attitude? How do you snap into that right away?
It's just getting a win in general, and then hearing everybody like screaming your name, saying you did it, makes you like feel happy, you know? Like the excitement comes in and you just want to just dance and stuff. And, like, that's like a memory to not forget, you know?
With trash talk, does that bother you? Does it motivate you? How do you feel about it?
Oh, trash talk. That motivates me, basically. It motivates me, like, to hurt the guy more, you know. We was trash talking since the face-off, basically. And he was just staring me down, grilling me. And I'm like, I keep on, as I see you tomorrow. I give him a kiss. After that, he got so mad. So I know the next day, that the same fight, Yo, I know he was gonna come bum rush, so I took that advantage. He hitting me so hard, the best power he had, and after he got me one, I said, I bet. So next round, he had lost all his energy. I said, yeah, it's my time to shine. Boom, 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 boom. I got him a knockout, and then boom.
As you're getting the knockout, are those moments of the trash talk, him grilling you, you having those exchanges, is that going through your mind? Are you thinking about that?
I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, like, what you saying now? What you saying? Like some Conor McGregor shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's run it back. Tell me about where you're from, how you grew up, how your childhood was.
I'm from the Bronx. Born and raised, basically. How I started was my mom basically put me into this gym called MC of Warpath, basically. She put me and my little brother. My mom was single, basically, and we didn't was not like raised by our dads, so we had to learn how to defend ourselves. Since that helped me, like with school, passing my grades, because without it, I used to fail. Like I got left back on second grade. So mixed martial arts helped me to stay disciplined, focused, and helped me educated more so I could pass my grade, basically.
What made you commit to fighting, being a fighter professionally and taking it seriously as a career, more than just learning how to defend yourself?
I took it serious since I was like 16 years old. More serious because I used to play like other sports like basketball, football, track, and I used to like hang out after school and just do high school stuff or like middle school stuff and just chill out there. But it was this day that one of my old teammates told me like to don't slack because he see a lot of people with good talents slack off, and then next you know they working like a construction job or like a regular job, and then this he says like I'm the future basically. That he sees me in the UFC, just take it serious. And then after that kicked me in the head. I'm like, I bet, and I took it serious ever since, you know.
What brought you to Striking 101, this gym, and what's made you stay here?
My boy Ivan told me about this gym to go here. He was giving me tattoos. I was going through depression.
Mm-hmm.
I got locked up too as a kid, doing stupid stuff, hanging out with the wrong people, wrong time, during COVID. And then next you know, I got out. I see my eyes open basically. Like who's like the real ones who friends I should hang out with. And next you know, he told me, "Oh, I'm gonna stop tatting you until you go to this gym. Try this gym because we went to every single gym. I promise you, to Manhattan, to the Bronx, and then I know how a gym is if it's good because I have experience. So I asked them questions. If they can't answer a simple right question that I asked, you're not the gym for me. So it was some Manhattan gym. I asked them a question, and you got like I forgot what I said, but I said something. He couldn't answer it. I said, "We out, bro. We out." Like, and next thing you know, he sent me to this gym. I tried it out. The first day they got me running in a rainstorm. I was like, "Oh, this is the gym right here." I was sweating. I was tired, and they was telling me, "Oh, they don't care. Keep on, keep on."
So you're looking for the gym that was going to discipline you and push you harder than you think you could go.
Yes.
How is your relationship with the coaches here?
It's very tight now. Like it's very tight. At first he thought I was like a kid that talks. Until I showed him my skill and how dedicated I was. Then he was like, "I bet." And then ever since, like I got the keys to the gym, I could open up. We hang out, take haircuts together, go to like holidays together and stuff like that. Basically, we have like a family relationship. Like he's like a father figure, and I'm like a son to him. So we always in touch. You know.
That's great to see. Do you appreciate it when your coaches keep you honest? They're not just yes men. They're always pushing you to improve.
Yes. I like coaches that keep me honest instead of saying yes or no. This gym right here, I like it so much because the connections too. Like you have like, I have a other coach, but he's not here. He's called Andy Sauer, like a champion kickboxing coach. He inspired me a lot. Fighters comes here too. Like we have like one coming in December, Jose Aldo. So
wow,
we have that connections right here. So that's why I like this gym a lot.
That's huge. That can open up a lot of doors for you too as a fighter. That's great. How are you always trying to improve in your training regimen, how you approach fights? Are you trying to exploit your opponent's weaknesses? How are you always trying to better your game as you keep going forward in this?
In every fight, I find my opponents like a video or a short clip, whatever. I see the mistakes, and I just replay like at least 10 times. That's all I need. 10 or 5 times. That's all I need. And then I already just use that in my training camp. This one, my last fight, I saw his mistakes. He keep throwing jabs while his hand is low and his face is up. So I was like, I bet. And then I also found out that he can't handle pressure. So that's when I took advantage. So let him lose all his energy, and then pressure him. And the next thing you know, I did that. I got him so bad, like I was like beating him so much to the point he was throwing up in his corner.
In between rounds? Wow. Wow, that's brutal. Why do you switch sports between Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA? What is it about dipping your toe in all these different sports rather than just picking one and seeing how far you can go with it?
Because MMA, you need all discipline to become an MMA fighter. You can start from the ground all the way to up, because not everybody's like unique. They have like all skills right away. Everybody starts off either from boxing all the way down to grappling, or grappling all the way to boxing. Because if you see, like, I'm bringing someone up like Khabib, for example. He's a wrestler, right? From the ground game good, but his boxing is not there. You see a lot of mistakes in stand up. But you see like Conor McGregor, stand up is good, but you look, his ground game is not there. You know?
Do you think that you do kickboxing just because you enjoy the striking more?
Nah, I like grappling a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm a grappler.
Okay.
I just don't tell people that, but I'm a grappler, so now y'all know.
Yeah, but that's what this is.
Yeah,
for.
so what you gonna call it? But I'm also a striker too, so I started off with grappling. And then this gym right here got me my striking game on point, like my kickboxing. I'm happy for that, basically. So I know how to go from the ground to standing. So take me anywhere, I'll take you anywhere, you know?
Do you think you're eventually going to stick to one sport, whether it's MMA or kickboxing? Do you think you're going to find one and just stick to it?
Yeah, I already found one since I was little, so it's nothing new. I'm going to stick to MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, MMA is like everything. I like everything. Like, it's like basically like real life, basically. If you fight someone outside, everything's going to happen to the floor and standing up. So if someone takes you down, it's going to happen to the floor. It's like real life, basically. I like that real life stuff, you know?
It's definitely a great translation for people who are used to street fighting when they were younger, because that's the closest thing you're going to have to it in a professional sporting environment,
I agree.
without a doubt. So you've had some incredible performances in your career, crazy knockouts, stylish submissions. Do you have one moment that really sticks out to you that you'll never forget for the rest of your career?
I would say my MMA fight against Stanley, because he was undefeated. And everybody was doubting me, saying he's gonna knock me out from my old gym, whatever. Or like anybody like out there, they was just saying, "Oh, they're gonna doubt me, whatever."
People in your own gym were saying this to you. Wow.
Yeah. So I had to like prove them wrong, like you know. So whatever. So the only one that believed me so much was my coach from this gym, my coach, and he told me how to dream that you knock this guy out. I'm like, what? He said he had a dream. He said I knocked him out to the I dropped him. I dropped him to the point that I got a submission, a real naked choke. I said, say word. He said word. Next year, round 2, I hit him with the combo. Boom, dropped him, and I got his back and then submitted him. I was like, he's like, I told you my dream. I was like, word. And I told the commentator, yo, that was his dream.
That definitely kind of helped cement that relationship with you and your coach, right? Because he's the only one believing in you, and then you're actually manifesting it and putting it out there and performing on the big stage.
Yes.
It's incredible. On that same note, you've had a lot of ups and downs in your career. When you take a loss, how do you respond to that, and how do you rebound from it mentally and physically in terms of getting back in the gym?
Me getting a loss, no one likes losing, basically, right? You know. But when I take a loss, I take that to the heart. I just rethink, or just try to forget. But I'm not gonna forget it when everybody's gonna be in the whole media. So I take that, and I'm like, you know what? It has to motivate me to train in the gym But hopefully one day I can get my rematch, you know? I never lost by getting myself knocked out or like submitted like that. They're all by decisions. So I'm like, oh, what should I do? So I have the judge tell me I'm gonna win. But I know now I can't leave it to the judge. I always have to finish. That's why they call me the Reaper. I had to finish all the fucking fights, you know, all the fights.
What motivates you to get back in the gym after having to take a loss like that and leaving that bitter taste in your mouth?
Since I was doing this since I was little, it feels weird not me being in the gym. So I have to have that gym stuff. Like basically I had to hit the bag and stuff like that. Me while at the gym, I feel like lazy, fat, or I'm like not doing nothing with my life. So I have this. When I have this, it's making me know that I have like a career goal. You know, I have something in the future waiting for me that's accomplished.
So no matter what happens in the fight on Saturday, you're always going to be back in the gym on Monday.
Saturday, that last Saturday, I won whatever. Next next day, I was here in the gym.
Already back in the gym.
Back in the gym. I don't care if it's like 1 hour training or 2 hour training, or it could be the whole day. I'm always in the gym, you know?
Tell me about your next fight. Are you going to be defending your FFS Bantamweight title? Are you going to be doing another kickboxing match? I'm assuming you're not going to be staying in lightweight. I'm going to guess you're going to go back down to Bantamweight after you felt the power there. What are you planning on doing for your next fight?
At least get like a kickboxing match, like a title. And then go to boxing, finish my last style, do boxing matches. And then whenever this opponent I was supposed to face heal up, I fight him for my 135 Bantamweight title, you know? And then from there, I decided turning pro.
So walk me through where you see your career going in the next couple years, turning pro, and then what you'd like to see after that. How are you visualizing it when you think about your career?
I see me like having like 3 or 4 amateur fights from now. And then from there, I turn pro. I'm currently like ranked top 10 in the whole U.S. Once I win this last MMA match or 2, wherever, I should be top 1 in the whole U.S. So I'm always gonna be grinding, and I'm gonna see myself in the pro. See myself pro. A lot of people ask me to this day, when you turning pro? When you turning pro? Because they've been seeing me doing this since I was little. I've been competing since I was like 10. And now I'm 21 right now, so I've been competing ever since.
So there's currently only one Dominican fighter in the UFC right now, Waldo Cortez Acosta, heavyweight. How would you feel about making history and representing the Dominican Republic by getting into an elite organization like that?
I feel proud. I feel way proud that I'm doing this for my country. And a lot of people from my country is going to be happy. I know that for a fact because they never seen a Dominican guy having a belt, you know? So I'll be the first one. Hopefully that first one to get it, to make history, you know, for my country.
So when you step into the cage, talk about the communities you feel supporting you. As a New Yorker, as someone from the Bronx, as a Dominican, tell me about how you take pride in that, what you're representing when you step into the cage.
When I step in the cage, I'm representing, like I take pride, a lot of pride. I represent like I said, my country, my hood, the Bronx, and my family members, mostly my mom. She's been going through a lot, so I have to make sure like that one day when I make it up there and I get that money, I get her a mansion, you know? That's the goal, get her a mansion.
That's a goal for you, to be able to reach the pinnacle of the sport while also helping the people who got you there.
Yeah.
So your nickname, The Reaper, right? That's obviously Robert Whitaker's nickname as well. Did you take inspiration from that, or did you have your own story that got you that nickname?
I have my own story. I don't even pay attention to him or nothing like that. I have my own story. Since I was a kid, they called me Spidey. Like,
okay.
I was a kid.
In your older gyms.
My older gym. They called me Spidey. After that, from there, they see me like submitting everybody in my whole gym, and then other people that used to come to different gyms just to spar or whatever. I would just submit them or like knock them out, and then they just like, oh, we gotta get him a better name. It was either Soul Snatcher or the Reaper. And I said, yeah, the Reaper. So they said once I committed to that name, I have a tattoo saying I'm the Reaper, basically. So I've been living the Reaper since I was little. So ever since they call me the Reaper, you know.
What is your message to younger fighters that were in your position coming up? They're not really sure about their gym. They're still figuring things out. What would you say to those kids?
I would say to not be afraid. I know we all want to be loyal to our coaches, to our gym, our teammates, whatever. But when you know they're not giving you like the things that you need or the things that you want, it's always something out there that's better, that's gonna actually give you something instead of having a coach that says yes or no, this, that, and the third. You're gonna have a coach out there that's gonna really push you and that really cares about you instead of using you for your money, you know. Just don't be afraid to just move on. Because a lot of gyms out here just want you for your money, to be honest. Until you find that exact gym that you really want and that's really actually pushing you, then you're gonna see it for yourself. You're like, wow.
That's it for me, man. Is there anybody that you want to shout out? Coaches, sponsors, brands, any message that you have for the people before we sign off?
For those that sponsor me, you already know who you are. Thank you. Shout out to the Bronx, BX, and Dominican Republic, and Team Striking 101. Whoever supports me. If you don't, I still love y'all. I love my haters, my supporters. They're all equal, you know. Just the only difference that my haters are gonna hate me even more when they see me win, you know.
You know what they say, hate me or love me, you still watch me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Pleasure talking to you, man.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you. I look forward to seeing you in the UFC.
Thank you, man.